It is so good to be back in Iowa. I love coming to this remarkable state. Thank you all. I'm a Southern boy, so I'm used to people being nice and friendly. But this thing called Iowa friendly, it's real. I love it. Thank you all for being so kind. Let me just say this. I'm not sure about you, but I am sick and tired of people saying to Israel, settle down. Whether it's Joe Biden or one of my opponents, I am hoping that Israel will wipe Hamas off the face of the map. We need to understand with great clarity that appeasement is a strategy for war. I'm a big believer in the gospel of Jesus Christ. I know America is blessed in part because Psalms 122:6 says, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. And for those who do, you will prosper. We have been blessed by our partnership, making our ally Israel one of the strongest, most important commitments that we make. And so on October the 7th, after the absolute atrocity, I turned the gospel to Romans 12:15, to mourn with those who mourn. And so I prayed for them. But the next chapter is really important as well. Romans 13:4 says, for those who do evil, the wrath of God should be the consequence. And I hope it comes with some Israeli and American hardware. It is easy to see that Joe Biden is abdicating his responsibilities as the commander-in-chief. It's his weakness that invites conflict, chaos, and attacks. It's the negotiations with Iran, the $6 billion that helps to fund terrorism throughout the world, the greatest, strongest, most powerful force for evil is the nation of Iran. 90% of the money that goes to Hamas comes from Iran. So when Joe Biden signs a deal, $6 billion for hostages, you know that money's going to end up sooner or later in the hands of terrorists. And when the first thing he says from his administration is to stand down or to refrain from responding, it's that kind of behavior that attracts more violence in our world. And then instead of talking about how strong and powerful the city on the hill, America is, he turns the page and says, let's do it again. Let's condemn Americans for their hate-filled response. Well, why doesn't he start with the Democrat Party and the squad? Why not call the squad out? Why doesn't a president in his first address say to Congresswoman Tlaib, do not be a part of Hamas's propaganda machine. Delete the tweet. It is a lie. Israel is not responsible for 500 deaths at a hospital. It was not their fault. But instead of calling out his own party, he skips the entire thing. And instead of addressing the anti-Semitism on college campuses, he does nothing. We're seeing our tax dollars supplement universities and colleges that allow for mass protest, saying, let's have a Jewish genocide, supporting terrorism and calling for murder. As President of the United States, I would sign the bill I've already sponsored that takes away the Pell Grants from any college or any university that says it's okay to spread terrorism on our campuses. It's okay for us to have murder on our campuses. It's okay to be anti-Jewish. I say no. You see, these are simply the values that we have all grown up with, without any question. We have to hold tight to the values that made America the greatest nation on earth. I'm a kid that grew up in poverty in a single-parent household, and I got to tell you, restoring our work ethic as a country is how we stay strong as a country. If you've seen, thank you both. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you both very much, yes. If you've seen one of my ads, you know I love my mother because she works 16-hour days teaching me that there's dignity in all work. And that's why I say, if you're able-bodied in America, you work. Number one. Number two, I say it very simply because these are just normal, common sense things. If you take out a loan, you pay it back. I don't care if it's your student loans, your car loans, or your mortgage. Don't look at me to pay it back. And number three, every big blue city in America needs to know this. If you commit a violent crime, you go to jail. And as President of the United States, I would make sure that we do everything in our power to eliminate this no bail bond nonsense where you let criminals out of jail and you punish good people in their own homes. And finally, if we're going to restore the city on the hill, we've got to remember, God made you a man. You play sports against men. Let's preserve this nation by doing the right thing. And I got to tell you, it's just not that hard. All things are possible when you start with personal responsibility. There is something growing in our nation that is a disaster. It is the drug of victimhood that comes with the narcotic of despair. If we are going to remain the city on the hill, if we are going to be the beacon in the midst of darkness, we have to start at home by restoring personal responsibility, by taking the consequences that come with bad decisions and accelerating the benefits that come with good decisions. May God bless the United States of America. God bless you.